Hey people, I am 30 and welcome back to Return of Caesar here in Crusader Kings 3, playing as the Roman Empire as always, playing as Gaius Julius Caesar as always. Currently 69, we are ill, hopefully we will not die of it. We are 69 years old, my son, with his new crown, he's looking okay. He's a bit inapathetic though, which is not particularly good, but it's not the worst I guess. Confider is not a bad thing, athletic is a really good thing. His stats are looking okay. I don't know if you heard that. You might have heard that sound or not. It all does depend. I think you might have heard it. It was my phone actually currently charging. That's why you could hear it. What we're trying to do is we're trying to murder the King of Finland and we're trying to befriend this woman which are related to him and has a claim on the kingdom so we can take it. But at the same time we're going to try and take as much things as possible in any place whatsoever. As someone said, like the internal Border-Gore in the Empire right now is actually kind of insane. Look at this. So apparently we have an... Oh, because he's fighting. I think that's why. But like, for example, Aquitaine controlling all of this. Dalmatia is just huge. Pannonia, which is basically Hungary, is not as huge as it used to be. Everyone is in every direction. And we do have this Kingdom of Dialem here as well for some reason. And the Kingdom of Rome. It's weird. And we also have a Kingdom of Nubia, which is so small. I would really like this thing to disappear, but that's not something that I am capable of doing. It's gonna take too much to try and clean these borders up, so I'm not gonna bother about doing it. Even though I probably could do it. What I also probably should do is try and take these things, but we have a truce with Iceland. This little child, I'm not gonna marry him to anyone. We're gonna try and take his things rather. And if I'm gonna go for a holy war because I actually have more piety than I have prestige. Even though I'm making more prestige, I'm currently a bit low on it actually because I have been waging a lot of conquest wars lately. Is everyone here maxed out? No, they're not, as I thought. Meaning I'm gonna increase all of these to the maximum size. Because I can obviously afford it. As we can see, my income is insane and I also have a big treasury right now. So that's good. There we go. I feel like the music is a bit... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Man, oh. I didn't press control while I did this. That's why this is taking so long. I think. This is just insane. If I just press this, no, it's not gonna change anything. Man. So that is what happens when you try and just raise everyone without using the control button. Because I have a huge army, so that's really why it's being so spread out, you know, because this place cannot support 12,000 people. Here we go. Gonna try this again, and this time I press control while doing it, meaning that didn't happen, so that's good. Because that is this person's army, that's not an issue. I just need to get these guys raised with my men-at-arms so I can siege this guy down. That is the plan, basically. There we go, thank you. I'm gonna take Lanark, the barony of Lanark in... Is that Lancashire? I think it... Lanarkshire. I don't actually know. I'm not British myself, obviously, so I don't really... Oh, my granddaughter Mustela is the spitting image of her great-grandmother Poppaea. But the likeness is not only on the surface, it runs much deeper. Mustela is very strong, just like her great-grandmother before her. Perhaps it's truly Poppaea who has returned to walk this earth. She is strong, which is really good, and she's also a reincarnation. She's a bit scaly, but she's beautiful at the same time. So imagine a really beautiful girl with scales, which is actually kind of weird, but I guess it could be done. Wealth aplenty. My treasury is brimming with gold and silver, and all expenses are cared for. As a wealthy lord, I am expected of a patronage to some kind of artist or scholar. As luck would have it, 3 potential candidates have just arrived in the Roman Empire. But do any of them impress me? Immaculate Gardens, Prestige, Piety, Learning, Development. Development is actually really good, so that's something that I'm going to go for. Because we are not maxed out on development in the Empire, so... Talk about that, actually. Someone asked me a couple of episodes ago, like, what is the difference between, like, science and development for different cultures? So if we compare... This is the Roman, we are late medieval. If we compare us to the French, they've actually come quite far. Actually, I think the French are actually ahead of us when it comes to research. That's interesting to see. Andalusians are... I don't think they're ahead of us. These people are obviously not ahead of us, still in the high medieval age. The Greeks, I think they might be slightly ahead of us. These people are not, I think. The Nubians are obviously not going to be ahead of us, but right. Kazakh, probably not. No, they're not. Polish, no. Swedish, no. Norwegian, no. And the Norse, no. So we are not the most ahead. The Egyptians as well. They're not ahead of us. It seems like the Greek and the French are both ahead of us. As it seems like now. Right, I didn't check the Bavarians. I should probably do that as well to see the difference. They're not ahead of us. Franconians in some things and not in other things, I think. Swabians, no. Right, so we are one of the most developed cultures in the world, but we are not the most researched one. I think when it comes to development, I am probably the Roman places are the highest because we own like the highest development counties in the world, basically, and most of them are Romans as of right now. But not everything is Roman. But I think we could safely say that we are ahead of everyone. I really think that's the case. I'm gonna give these people to Alba. I don't want to make England any stronger than they already are, and they are really strong. And I also think this belongs to Scotland in real life, so it does make more sense to give it to them. And not to that guy, because he's a Prince of Tahert. Those are the kind of things that makes my borders messed up, just that I am mistakenly giving places to the wrong people. Is making sure that they're gonna inherit stuff, because that's mainly how they get it, by inheritance. Meaning that things just go entirely the wrong way. But I think England is no, they're not. They used to be really strong, but it apparently has changed. Oh, and he left because I just landed him. I just wasted 300 gold and 15% development. That's not particularly smart. I feel like I should actually know about those things before I do it, but apparently I didn't. The Petty Kingdom of... Is this seriously... I think that's heads up. Heads up, the worst duchy in the entire game. I think it's the Istria one as well. Istria, that's not particularly good either. But this is actually a smaller place than Istria, and I think it's nicer to live down here than it is living on the Isle of Man. Nothing against people living there, but the weather in the British Isles is just horrendous. So he's a petty king with 6 knights and no levy. How does his holding look? It actually kinda developed. Where have your levy gone? Weird. Right. Let's not focus on that right now. So I'm gonna try and kill my nephew Dalmatian. He's my rival. I would like them to do it. If they wouldn't mind. I would help them even if I could. Right. He's trying to do this. That's good. Because we have some issues trying to kill this guy. And then we're gonna try and take Finland. We need to kill probably the next one in line because he's a man, and then this guy as well. Because they're both male, and you cannot press a woman's claim against a man unless he's a child. Because that's just the way things used to be. Right. That's not what I wanted to do. I just need inheritable traits, matrilineal marriage, and try and find someone who's good. Enough. Good enough. He's really, really old. He's Amazonian though, so... I'm sorry, he could be like a great-grandfather. But, have fun. He's a big dude. Yeah, absolutely. Insights. Should we go for India? That is a good question. I think it could be good. Could potentially be good. Right. It's gonna take a while. There's a lot of things to take here. There's a lot of counties in India, as you might already know. I don't really know how far I'm gonna drag this campaign, like generally. I'm basically just dragging this on until I can take my hand out of my backside and get my next campaign started. I'm a bit stuck on it. That's the problem, though. But still, people like to watch this, so I want to keep on indulging you with videos in this campaign, seeing as you do watch it still. So we're just gonna keep on going for as long as possible, basically, because someone actually asked me about it in like the latest video. What is the what am I aiming for when it comes to this campaign? And to be honest, I don't really have an aim anymore. The aim was really becoming emperor, restoring the empire, reforming the religion, and then restoring the historical borders, which we have already done all of those things. So now he's basically having fun and trying to conquer as much as possible. I have never done a world conquest in this game, and I actually don't know if I'm ever gonna do it because it's gonna take so long. Go for a world conquest in CK3 is taking forever. I didn't even used to do that when I played CK2. It was never worth it, just spending that much time trying to conquer the world. Even though it would be nice just seeing all of this be Imperial Purple, and we have basically taken more than half of the entire world already. So we have gone a long way towards actually controlling the entire world. But there's a lot of things left to take. Just to put it lightly, there's a lot of things left to take. It's gonna take a lot of time. Probably. And she became a friend. Good. Njaves Sapmi Ulvia. She's actually Sami. She's not Finnish. Interesting. You wanna come here? She has come here. I'm gonna demand a conversion. Thank you. It's gonna actually convert her husband as well. I think, or at least it should. It normally does. Right. You see the best commander that I have available? I have the siege commander. It's not really gonna make a difference. And kill this guy. Kill him. He's dead. Good. Verena and Albinus had a child, Flacilla. Welcome, Flacilla, to the family. So now this is a kingdom, and this is the right. If I kill this guy, it's gonna be a child on the throne, meaning that we can press a claim against him. Good. He looks a bit albino. He is an albino. Interesting. Lusatia, is there anyone with a claim on this? You are defending and currently in a war. I'm gonna take the kingdom of Lusatia, which is really spread out. Gonna look at claimants. There's a lot of them. Right, can I find a man who would like to come here? He's not that old, preferably. No. He's a prince. He's obviously not gonna come. Actually, he is. He's gonna come here if I just make him my friend. Interesting. Sven Blundal, what's your problem with the king? You apparently don't like him, but that's a lot of things that we will take in one go, actually. I like it. And then we still have Denmark, or basically the kingdom of Skåne, which is interesting as well. Right, I'm actually fighting down here. I probably should think about what I'm doing. Secret exposed. Okay, someone's gonna join in. Can't really be fussed about it, because it's not like it's scary or something. We can easily kill this guy if we want to. We have another great-grandson. Welcome to the family, my man. And he has promoted culture in the place. That's really, really good. I'm gonna keep on doing it now in Italia. By the way, talk about Italia. Sicily, you are actually Roman. You are wheezing stupid, reincarnated. You're reincarnated, stupid, and a drunk. I'm gonna make you Roman as well. We're gonna make sure that you stay Roman, because you are actually already Roman. My son is still the best steward in the entire Rome, and that's not really saying that much. Man. Because none of them are actually particularly good. Nazgul. Makes me think about Lord of the Rings. we're actually gonna go and kill this guy because he's not moving away. He's gonna die. He has a suicide wish. Antonius, Amazonian, beautiful, genius, and fecund. He's an amazing dude. Man. And we won. Thank you for your contribution. And then I'm gonna give these things away to random people. The Scorched Chaplain, to Nerva, the Giant, and last but not least, Licinius. No, he's an organizer. He's amazing. Romulus. So I apparently have a good organizer and I haven't known about it until now. Interesting. So I actually have a good organizer for once. That's interesting. That's actually really interesting. By the way, Egypt is really big, but it's really weak at the same time. I wonder why. Why are you so weak? Because he only has one holding in Cairo. I think that's the reason why. Marcellinus can marry. He's 16 now. He's really good. As is she, but she is actually a bleeder. So I'm gonna take Justinia instead because she's really amazing. And I'm gonna ransom him. I just want to get rid of the guy, to be fair. So that's the reason behind that one. Who should be next? Who's the next on our target? He's gonna die in 8 months. We're gonna befriend this guy in 7 months. We're gonna try and take all of these things. Oh, he has a claim on everything. Sweden, Lusatia, Scotland, Lithuania, Lotharingia. How do you have claims on everything? Did your father have claims on everything? How did this guy have claims on everything? That's incredible. Man, that's a guy with claims. And that's someone being independent in the middle of my entire realm. I don't particularly like it. Right. I'll let the timer run, because otherwise things are not gonna happen. He's gone. We discovered sappers, and I am overwhelmed with stress because my sister died of cancer. That's horrible. Is this the one that we're going for? I don't think so. Siege FaceTime is gonna make my sieges insanely quick. I like it. Yes, I do. I really do like it. I think... Not this one. I don't need this one. I would like to be able to get these things. Like, this one is really good. Development growth is not a bad thing. 5 years, that's not a lot of time. Having to wait for taking that thing in research. And then we will not have to play as a learned characters anymore ever again. Like, no reason whatsoever to play as a learned character, except if you want the like healing stuff to stay alive for forever. In CK2 it was actually kind of easy to become immortal. I don't really know if it's possible to become immortal in this game, because in CK2 it was actually possible to become immortal. And it was a fun thing to do. I did it more than once, actually. It's really fun, being immortal. The problem was that I was playing as a Roman trying to become the emperor, and he was disfigured. And in the Byzantine imperial system that we have in CK2, if they want to vote for you to become emperor, you should be unblemished. And that was actually the case in real life. Seeing as the emperor was a holy figure, basically almost a god, you cannot be blemished. Because something that comes from God should be perfect, you know? That was part of the issue that I had. That's actually kind of interesting because it was not uncommon actually to, in the Byzantine Empire or the Eastern Roman Empire, whichever name you prefer, to actually disfigure your political opponents instead of killing them. And also castrating people is also very common, because then they couldn't have an heir, meaning they couldn't inherit stuff, just like in this game. So that was just part of the political ways of the Byzantine Empire. They disfigured each other, they castrated each other just to stop people from getting power. There was, for example, one emperor, I think it was called Justinian, and he was known as the slit-nosed guy because he had a slit nose because he got his nose slit by the opponents of himself when he lost the war. He got disposed as emperor. Then he actually managed to become emperor again. Very surprisingly, managed to become emperor again. And he tried to do some surgery apparently to try and repair his nose, to just make sure that he wasn't disfigured. read up on him. He's actually a very interesting character. He ruled entirely for a very long time. Oh, that's really good. I can become athletic. I'm going for right now. I love that. It's a health bonus. It's an easy way to work off stress. Being athletic is just amazing. I love it. Yes, I do. So thank you, game, for giving that to me. By the way, I'm gonna try and kill this guy. Just to speed these things up. He became a friend, meaning I'm gonna invite him to court. The guy with claims on everything. He's a Norwegian. He's now gonna be a Norwegian Jupiterian. Because that's the way that we roll in this empire. And then we're gonna press his claim and make him a king. Yes, we are. I take good care of my friends, and I take the opposite of good care of my opponents. I leave them in jail or murder them or torture them. A lot of really nice or unnice things against them, really, is what I do. But that's part of my charm, you know? It's the way that I treat my enemies. It's charming, if I say so myself. He's a Macedonian. Are you related to... Yeah, he is. No, he's not. Or is he actually related to... No, he's Macedonian, not Macedon. I was thinking about the first emperor when we first started playing Basil. If he's related to him somehow. But I actually don't think that's the case. It would be really interesting if he actually were related to him. I'm gonna make you slightly stronger. So here you go. You should thank me later. My man, Vespasian, you have the same name as an emperor. Yes, you do. And I'm gonna take a break, you guys. And in the next episode, we're gonna try and take Finland, not first. We're actually gonna try and take Lusatia first, and then we're gonna try and take Finland as well. And then we're gonna keep on conquering other stuff. For example, Bjarmaland is something that we want to take. Potentially Permia, it's big. Yandra is gonna move this way, maybe, potentially. Have to find out. Make sure to like this video if you have enjoyed. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And leave a comment down below if there's something that you want to talk about. But thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Take care.